Good morning, students. I am Rahul Kumar Sahu from Kendriya Vidyalaya Tuti. Today I am going to discuss the third segment or the third part of the first chapter of your class 10 book, that is chemical reactions and equations. In this segment, I will be talking about the different types of chemical reaction. So basically there are 5 types of chemical reaction. Those are combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, and redox reaction, which is also called as oxidation reduction reaction. So in this segment we will be talking in details about these five different types of chemical reaction. So first we will go to the combination reaction. So combination reaction is a reaction in which a single product is formed from two or more reactants, and this type of reaction is known as combination reaction. So basically it is a very simple type of chemical reaction in which two reactants are combining to form a single product. So a very simple example is the calcium oxide, which is also called as quicklime. When reacts with water, it is forming select lime, that is calcium hydroxide. So here there are two reactants which are calcium oxide, quicklime, and water, and it is producing a single product, that is calcium hydroxide. Next, some more examples regarding this combination reactions are: first is burning of coal. So as the chemical formula of coal is, that is carbon, when carbon is burning or it is reacting with oxygen, it is forming carbon dioxide. So here also the carbon and oxygens are combining to form a single product, that is carbon dioxide. Next is the formation of water from hydrogen and oxygen gas. So whenever there is two molecule of hydrogen are reacting with single molecule of oxygen, then it is forming water molecule. So this combination reaction, the definition of this combination reaction also will be when two or more substances combine to form a single product, which I have already discussed. In the reaction is called combination reaction. So basically these combination reactions are exothermic in nature. So what do we mean by exothermic reactions? So these are reactions in which evolution of heat is involved. So in this combination reaction also there is the evolution of heat. Some examples of this exothermic reaction: first is burning of natural gas. So a natural gas is methane. So the formula of methane is CH4, and whenever the CH4 is burning or reacting with oxygen, it is forming carbon dioxide and giving the product, that is water. So in this burning we are getting energy, so it is energy in form of heat. So it is also an exothermic reaction. Next is respiration. So it is the best example for our exothermic reaction, which is taking place in every living organism. That is, whenever the glucose molecule is reacting with oxygen in presence of water, we are getting carbon dioxide with water and some amount of energy in the form of ATP, which we will be discussing in our later chapters. Next example is the decomposition of vegetable matter into compost. So we know that whenever the vegetable waste are converting or decomposed, they are forming the compost. So this is also a best example of exothermic reaction. Next type of reaction is decomposition reaction. So these are types of reaction in which a single reactant breaks down to give simpler products are called decomposition reaction. So as in case of combination reaction, the two or more reactants are combining to form a single product. But in case of decomposition reaction, a single reactant is breaking down into simpler products. So we will be talking about an example, then you can easily understand this type of reaction. That is, when ferrous sulfate crystals, so the ferrous sulfate, the chemical formula of this ferrous sulfate is FeSO4, are heated. So basically these ferrous sulfate are present in hydrated form, that is FeSO4, FeSO4.7H2O. As you can see it here, FeSO4.7H2O. So this FeSO4.7H2O are green color crystals. These green color crystals are changed into colorless solid whenever it is getting heated, and it will produce the characteristics or order of burning sulfur. So as in this chemical reaction you can see here, the ferrous sulfate which is getting heated is forming ferric oxide and SO2, that is sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So these green colors crystals are getting changed into colorless solid with emission of sulfur dioxide gas, that is also having the order of burning sulfur. So in case of decomposition reactions, there are various types of decomposition reaction we will be talking now. First is thermal decomposition reaction. As in this previous example, we have already discussed that as the ferrous sulfate are getting heated, so in case of we are heating this, it is getting the reactant is breaking down into various products. So from the name itself, the thermal means the heat. So when a decomposition reaction is carried out by heating, it is known as thermal decomposition. So we will take some examples, which are calcium carbonate, that is limestone. Whenever calcium carbonate is getting heated, it is breaking down into two simpler products. Those are calcium oxide, which is quicklime, and carbon dioxide. So decomposition of calcium carbonate to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide is an important decomposition reaction, as it is used for various industrial purpose. First is, that is calcium oxide, which is also called as quicklime. It is being used in manufacturing of cement. This quicklime, that is calcium oxide, is used for the manufacturing of cement. The next example is lead nitrate. The chemical formula of this lead nitrate is PbNO3 whole 2. So you should be knowing this chemical formula with the name, and it is very important for you for solving many of the chemical reaction. So whenever this lead nitrate is getting heated, so it is converting into lead oxide, that is PbO, then nitrogen dioxide, this is NO2, and O2. So in this heating of this lead nitrate, there is an emission of brown fumes occurs, which is of the nitrogen dioxide. So you can get a question like that, whenever any compound is getting heated, it is emitting some brown fumes. So write the name of the reactant and write the name of the brown fume, the brown gas which is getting emitted by the reaction. So you can have many questions like this. The next type of decomposition reaction is photodecomposition or photolysis. Actually, photo means the light. So whenever in presence of light, sunlight, when decomposition reaction is occurring, so this type of reaction is called as photolysis or photodecomposition. So first example of this photodecomposition is whenever silver chloride, that is AgCl, is under the sunlight, it is getting converted into, or it is broken down into silver and chlorine gas. Similarly, the silver bromide, that is AgBr, is converting into silver and bromine gas in presence of sunlight. So these two reactions are very essential because these are used in black and white photography. The third type of decomposition reaction is the electrolysis. So regarding this electrolysis, we will be talking more in our subsequent chapters, but I will be talking some little about this, where electro, from this word electro means electricity and lysis means breaking down. So as the help of electricity, the decomposition reaction is taking place. So this is called as electrolysis. So in this electrolysis, there is the connection of two electrodes, and with these two electrodes, the supply of current is connected. So in a simple example of the electrolysis of water, where the water molecules are converting into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas in presence of electricity. So this is electrolysis. and this is a type of decomposition reaction. So we should be noting down that decomposition reactions require energy. So in all the examples of the decomposition reaction, we should be noticing that the decomposition reaction require energy, which can be in form of heat, light, or electricity. And these decomposition reactions are thus endothermic in nature. So as in case of combination reaction, we discussed that combination reactions are exothermic reaction, which in which there is emission of energy. But this endothermic reaction means there is some need of energy for the reaction to be taking for the reaction to occur. So for the differences of this combination reaction and decomposition reaction, we can be noting down, or we can be writing down that in combination there is combining of reactants to form product, but in decomposition there is breaking down of reactant into various products. Second is combination is and exothermic in nature, and decomposition is endothermic in nature. So the next type of reaction, which is displacement reaction. Regarding this displacement reaction, there is an activity which I want to be I want to mention that whenever we are keeping or putting iron nail in copper sulfate solution, so you should be noting that this copper sulfate solution here, which is inside of test tube, this copper sulfate solution is blue in color. And whenever we are putting or dipping this iron nail in copper sulfate solution, then this iron nail are converting into this color of the copper. This iron nail taken out from copper, this is the second after whenever we are putting iron nail inside copper sulfate solution, then this is the color of the iron nail. And what is the color of the solution here? You can see here, initially the color of the copper sulfate solution is like this, that is blue in color, but it is getting faded out. So the iron nail become brownish in color after this activity, and the blue color of copper sulfate solution fades. So we can be writing the reaction of this above activity, that is whenever iron, which is solid, is reacting with copper sulfate, that is copper sulfate in aqueous solution, the iron is then the displacement of iron into iron sulfate and copper. So this activity mention a type of reaction which is displacement reaction, in which a higher or more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its solution. So this type of reaction is known as displacement reaction. So I want to mention some other examples here. The zinc, whenever reacting with copper sulfate, it is getting converted into zinc sulfate and copper solid. And then lead is reacting with copper chloride, then it is getting converted into lead chloride and copper. So in these two cases, we can note here that these two compounds are of copper, and the two more reactants are more reactive. As these are more reactive than copper, so these are displacing the different different copper compounds here, like it is getting converted into zinc sulfate and it is displaced into lead chloride. So zinc and lead are more reactive elements than copper. So in case of displacement reaction, the higher reactive element is displacing the lower reactive element. So students, you should be always note down this reactivity series, as it is very much important for in this class and also in your higher classes, that as you can see in this illustration of the cartoon, that the calcium is fighting to the aluminium. So in this reactivity series, you can note here the calcium is above aluminium. So in this reactivity series, on the upper side, every elements are more reactive, and as we will go down, the reactivity is decreasing. So here the calcium is more reactive than aluminium, so aluminium loses to calcium. So this reactivity series is very much important, that here this is potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, carbon, zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen, copper, silver, gold, platinum. So students, you have an assignment for regarding this reactivity series, that you should note down this reactivity series and you should memorize this reactivity series. Then next type of reaction is double displacement reaction. So the reactions in which there is an exchange of ions between the reactants are called double displacement reaction. So in this illustration and in this reaction, we can look at here. This is potassium carbonate, and whenever it is reacting with barium chloride, so please notice it very effectively. Here potassium carbonate is reacting with barium chloride to displace, or there is then exchange of ion. From here potassium is combining with chlorine to form potassium chloride. Next, the barium ions are combining with carbonate ions of this compound to form barium carbonate. So basically in this double displacement reaction, there are whole displacement of or whole replacing of the different ions. Here potassium ion is combining into chlorine ion, then this chloride ion, and this carbonate ion is combining with the barium ion. We'll be looking to the more examples here. So this is sodium sulfate, that is Na2SO4. So can you tell me which type of ions are here in this sodium sulfate? Okay, so first is sodium plus ion, sodium ion, that is cation, and sulfate anion. Similarly here barium chloride, in this barium ion and chloride ion. So this sodium will be combining with this chlorine. Please look at here, and so it is getting converted into sodium chloride, and this barium ion is combining with the sulfate, so this is forming barium sulfate. In this reaction, so there are exchange of ions are taking place, so this is double displacement reaction. Thing about this reaction is the barium sulfate which is formed is white and these are insoluble. So in any reaction, whenever there is any insoluble substance is formed, so this is known as precipitate. So in this reaction the barium sulfate is precipitate, and any reaction which produces precipitate can be called a precipitation reaction. So in this case we can call it also as a precipitation reaction, where the precipitate which is barium sulfate is forming. The last type of reaction in this chemical types of chemical reactions are redox reactions. So first we will be looking to a different condition where whenever we are heating copper powder, so whenever the copper powder is getting heated, the surface of the copper powder is coated with black color, which is the copper oxide. So this is because oxygen is added to copper and copper oxide is forming. So the simple reaction regarding this condition is the copper is reacting with oxygen to form copper oxide, and you should be always remembering this, that the copper oxide is black in color. Next, if hydrogen gas is passed over this heated material, that is copper oxide, then the black coating of the surface turns brown. Means there is a reverse reaction is taking place, where the copper oxide which is black in color is reacting with the hydrogen, and it is forming the reversal of the previous reaction is occurring, which is copper and water is forming. So in these two type of reactions, if you will be looking here, in one case there is addition of oxygen, and in another case there is removal of oxygen. So if a substance gains oxygen during a reaction, it is said to be oxidized. Next, if a substance loses oxygen during a reaction, it is said to be reduced. So any reactions in which one reactant is oxidized and other is reduced are known as oxidation and reduction reactions, or it is also called as redox reactions. You can note down here, the copper oxide is in second example, this reaction, second reaction, the copper oxide is reduced into copper and hydrogen is oxidized into water. So in this reaction there is both reduction and oxidations are taking place. So these type of reactions are called as redox reaction. Some other examples are zinc oxide. When reacting with carbon, it is forming zinc and carbon dioxide. Again, this zinc oxide is reduced into zinc and this carbon is oxidized into carbon monoxide. Similarly, like that, MnO2, that is manganese oxide, reacting with hydrogen chloride or hydrochloric acid. So this manganese is reduced into manganese chloride. Hydrogen hydrochloric acid is here hydrogen is oxidized into water, that is H2O, and similarly here the chlorine, in case of this chlorine of this hydrochloric acid, it is forming the chlorine gas. In this last example, if you will be looking here, as this redox reaction is where the addition and reduction of oxygen is taking place. Similarly, you should be noting down that whenever there is gain of hydrogen, that is called reduction. Okay, so the first is whenever there is addition of hydrogen, it is okay. Again, whenever there is addition of hydrogen, that is reduction, and whenever there is reduction of hydrogen, that is oxidation. It is simply opposite to the case of the oxygen. Whenever hydrogen is, we are taking into consideration the hydrogen. So there are some effects of this redox or oxidation, this oxidation reaction in our daily life. That is, first is corrosion. I think you should all have observed regarding this corrosion, that whenever we are placing this iron material in moisture, it is getting it is forming a coat with reddish brown powder. So this is commonly called as the rusting of iron. So when a metal is attacked by substances around it such as moisture, acids, it is said to corrode. It is said to be corrode, and this process is called as corrosion. Some more examples are black coating of silver and green coating on copper. So similarly, like there is the brown rust of these iron articles, like that the black coating in case of silver is taking place and the green coating in copper. Next is rancidity. So when fats and oil are oxidized, they become rancid and their smell and taste change. So always we are said regarding that, then whenever the oil is getting used or oxidized once, we should not be using it again and again, because it has already been rancid. So to prevent this rancidity, some antioxidants material are used for the storing of this food containing fats and oil. Also, we know that in packaged item like chips and various junk food, there is an airtight containers are used for slowing down the oxidation. So these were all about the different types of chemical reaction, which are: first is the combination, second one is decomposition, third one is displacement, fourth one is double displacement, and last one is redox reaction. Regarding this segment, you should do some more assignments, which are here. Some questions are here. So first, in first question, you should be noting down the oxidized and reduced substance in this two reaction, that is sodium and oxygen. When reacting sodium and oxygen, we are getting sodium oxide, and here copper oxide is reacting with hydrogen to form copper and water. The next question is, why is respiration considered an exothermic reaction? Okay, you should be explaining this. Next, in the refining of silver, the recovery of silver from silver nitrate solution involved displacement by copper metal. So please try to read the question very effectively, then only you can write down the answer. So in this condition, write down the reaction involved and please write down the name of the reaction. Okay, so that is already displacement reaction, it is being written here. So this is all about this different types of chemical reaction. With this, your first chapter of that is chemical reaction equation is being completed. So in our next video I will be posting the next chapter of your class 10 book. So now please bid me bye. So thank you and have a nice day.